perhaps get more flexibility in terms of providing coverage and coordination of events, and we could include the what we would call the cleanup and setup for an event as part and parcel of that.
Is part of the idea? Is this part of our effort to privatize the park?
Well, that was kind of the way I took the conversation, was that would be part and parcel of that entire package. Can it be done independently? It's possible it could.
Well, let's maybe take a pause here and think 2 seconds. So, one of the ideas I think we have is potentially privatizing the park. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Well, privatizing the maintenance.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, which would mean you would no longer need full-time park staff for maintenance.
For lawn-type maintenance and that kind of thing, absolutely.
And obviously you wouldn't need part-time. I mean, it's amazing to me, we're still spending, in fact, this year we're going to spend $350,000. I don't know if there's more, $353,000 at Crawford Park year to date. And I don't understand how we can spend $400,000 down there. Well, you're right. So we had a.
Well, you have to separate.
You're absolutely right. We had Eleanor. We had $41,000 with the storm this year, so that obviously contributed to. But on an ongoing basis,
when you look at
budgeting $330,000, it still seems to me if we contracted that out, I can't imagine if we contracted out we'd be spending $330,000.
Well, you have to look at it as two separate pieces. The first piece is the labor piece. Is $152,665. That's your 3 full-time people plus your.
Wait. Where are you looking?
I'm looking at page 9. If you look at the first,
the actual was a whole lot more than that, right?
Well, we had some issues with the storm and excess overtime and excess debris removal.
We budgeted $179,000 last year. I mean, budgets are notional expenditures. Let's look at the real expenditures. And the real expenditures this year were 181, and last year were 156, and that's through 10 months. So,
is the 40,000 of the storm?
No, I'm telling you, now we're talking. Bishop's talking personnel, and so I think our 152 number looks low to me. Oh, that's right, because you're allocating some of you allocating the Right-Town Park.
That's correct.
All right, but
that's correct.
You also have to keep in mind the benefits.
Well, exactly. We're not fully exactly. We have another 25%, I guess, right? 35.
Right.
35.
The number alone is 15%.
15, and then another 20 for health benefits, so 35%. In addition to this number. So I guess my point, I'm just wondering, in terms of the broader conversation, if you decided to privatize the maintenance of the park, that still leaves you with the need to provide somebody there for the events, and that's. I was just wondering if your conversation.
Split it into 4 different people, so they would be part-time people, and they would be there only when events were there, and they would also be cleaning during that time.
And then you probably would end up still needing to have one key personnel, one person at least, that's going to be the day-to-day liaison or someone who would have the focus of Crawford Park or Rye-Town Park as, the representative of the town of Rye on a daily basis, right?
Or whoever does the booking first.
Well, no, that's.
We haven't really gotten.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's why I said this was a conceptual plan that we had a discussion on. We didn't think it was far enough along to actually put it into the budget plan, but it certainly is worth having the conversation because I think there may be opportunities there.
And obviously, we still have the opportunity. This is the preliminary budget. Some things are going to change definitely between now and December, but we have the opportunity in 2011 to make a change.
Yeah, you can do it anytime.
Right. So,
well, along these lines, then, I'd like to recommend, Mr. Nowotnik, that you come with full costing of the Parks Department and a proposed RFP and a proposal for moving forward with an RFP, and then what ongoing costs we would need. That's a recommendation, and the board will at that point decide to move forward with the RFP or not.
If we, going along with going to the discussion of Crawford Park, then we could also incorporate our new terms of paying for the cost of that person to clean. It could also all be incorporated.
Well, that's part of that discussion.
I think you're exactly.
If you look in the Crawford Park packet, part of the packet, you'll see that you do have full costing already as part of that evaluation. We costed out, as thoroughly as we possibly could. The cost of our full-time people and part-time people, the cost of benefits were folded in there, as well as all the other contractual expenses that relate to operations at Crawford Park. So you have that spreadsheet as part of that packet.
Okay, so basically, we won't incorporate in this year's budget the proposed privatization because we don't know if we'll do it.
Exactly.
But I do want a proposal from you, Mr. Nowotnik, for next meeting as to what that might look like.
You got it.
Thank you.
I have one question about the benefits on page 2. How were we able to reduce that by 40,000 from the tentative budget to the preliminary budget? And what makes you think that it's only going to go up 60,000 given the
well, the detail, the detail behind the budget is on page 11. We just moved money from unallocated employee benefits into contingency. That's really the reduction from the tentative budget. So we're anticipating increases in medical and dental, and major increases in retirement for 2011.
So where is the so unallocated is what?
It was a placeholder for the possibility of salary adjustments.
Oh, so it's not, which is not really a part of employee benefits.
No.
So, okay.
No.
Are we expecting a substantial increase in employee benefits for next year?
In the retirement, substantial. Yeah.
How much?
Bishop can speak to it.
Yeah, on the retirement, we're looking at approximately $30-some-odd thousand, maybe $35,000 or so. And that's a known number. That's a number the state has already given us. And it equates to just over 30%, roughly about 34% or so.
What does that owe to?
That's the performance of the pension fund in New York State, the supposed underfunding that's there. What they do is apportion it out to every municipality.
They're passing more on to the municipality.
All right, so I try and avoid most often public or biased politics comments, but I will point out, in a good government fashion, is that New York State is one of the highest pension funds in the nation, a $130 billion pension fund. And not once in 85 years has New York State hired anybody with any financial experience to run that fund. I'm a Wall Street guy, and I would shake in my boots thinking to have to manage $130 billion in assets. It's a daunting task. And the citizens of New York State, in their infinite wisdom, decided somebody who touted their experience on the local school board in Long Island as a reason to elect them to $130 billion management of that fund. But anyway, so it's going to cost the taxpayers an extra 35%.
Right.
Because the guy that's running it now has just screwed it up. Actually, and the previous guy is just admitted to a felony and going to go to 20 years in jail. Okay, well, sorry. We want to be the best government in New York State. They're not holding the bar very high at this point.
And just want to, you didn't ask the question, but medical and dental, the forecasted increases that we've seen are running anywhere from 13 to 16%. You're not seeing 13 to 16% reflected here, mainly because we had 2 retirees pass away, and they come off. Well, they come off the plan at that particular point, and we had an employee resign who also comes off the plan. So when you strip away the people that no longer get benefits, and then you add back the 12, 13%, you get a much lower percent of increase.
These employees who passed away have spouses who are on the plan? Or
in this particular case, no. In both instances, the answer is no.
God bless them. Other questions from the board?
I'm a little interested in life insurance. How did that go down?
I'm sorry. Just told it.
No, but you're not paying life insurance for people who are elderly.
Well, if you recall, and it's obvious you may have overlooked it, but last year we bid out the life insurance policies. It's a group policy, and we were able to improve the benefit, improve the payout schedules, and lower the overall premium cost. So we're now with New York Standard Life, a top-rated life insurance firm, and frankly, our employees have a better benefit package at a greatly reduced cost.
Good. I did forget.
You guys approved it. I'm sorry.
That's why Bishop's the benefits director.
Now, the reduction in transfer to debt service, does that have anything to do with moving money back and forth with the reserves, or is that more just a matter of refinancing debt at a lower rate?
Dave, what page you on?
Sorry, the last page.
Page 11, just based on actuals, the debt service, when we did the adopted budget for 2010, we didn't have the debt service in place. We knew we were going out to borrowing for Ride Town Park, but it didn't close until February, so we estimated the interest and the bond payment. So actuals, 2011, that's based on actual payments that are going to go out. We're a little conservative with our estimate because we didn't know what the interest rate was going to be and all that.
What's the difference between interest and penalties and tax collection? Oh, the tax collection fees are what we just charge the villages?
The two villages, the half of 1%.
So that's a straightforward number.
Yes, that's based upon, right, tax collection.
We hope to raise her fees so we can get more money in the town clerk fees?
We keep asking her to do that.
Have a new resolution.
There you go.
We're
Crawford
seeing
Park,
a turnaround, on the mortgage tax, we're seeing a turnaround? We're hoping to see one?
Not yet.
Well, I see there's some, it appears to be optimism to some extent.
Well, we're seeing signs of improvement. But the last payment, frankly, was the lowest payment we've seen probably in about 8 years. We get paid twice a year for 6 months at a clip. So this next payment is $239,000. And that's the lowest recorded payment, at least that I've seen.
So that'll get us, we're going to get over the 550 for the year or not?
That'll get us to 540, to be exact.
now,
So then why do we think 640 is realistic for next year? Or
Well,
even
the 640 has been reduced
to
to 600.
And how realistic do we think that is?
Well, we try to read the papers. We try to see what they're saying. I mean, if you look at it, they're saying that there's cautious optimism when it comes to the real estate market.
Now, if rates keep going down, does that mean we collect less, or is it more, it has nothing?
This is the problem. Normally, when rates go down, mortgage taxes go up. I've never seen a situation where the rates have been so low, interest rates and mortgage taxes. It's just the 25 years I've been doing this.
Was the tax a percentage of the principal?
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
a percentage of
yeah.
the loan amount.
Of the
loan
mortgage
amount.
amount.
Yeah.
So through refinances or purchases, that's where we get the
Problem is, when you
mortgage tax.
refinance, when you stay in bank, you don't pay a mortgage tax either. So when you see people modify and all this other stuff.
Seamers and all that.
You don't? I thought you pay it when they refinance, you pick it up.
Depends on if you assign the mortgage or not.
Sign or some assumptions.
So if you,
If you assign the underlying mortgage to the new bank, then you only pay a mortgage
Portion.
tax on the new money, meaning if there's a difference between the existing,
oh, really?
yeah, which is
So-
not always that common.
But
by
these
the way.
refinancings then don't generate mortgage tax?
They do. I mean, it's not common that banks will let you assign the mortgage, but sometimes they do.
Okay.
But yeah, you do pay mortgage tax on a refi.
Well, can we go through the revenues, actually? I'd like to go through the revenues systematically and compare with our actuals. So we got a pilot for $30,000. That's not going to change, right? Okay, interest and penalty, $720 versus $708 this year. And if Mr. Noda does well with his in-rem, that would be the same, I would expect, right?
If he doesn't do well, it'll be better.
Is that, why is that?
More penalties.